find out how a Bay Area couple is using their passion for art and music to make a difference. Welcome to Chai with Manjula. Studies prove that art, whether it's visual or performing art, improves a child's early cognitive development, raises self-esteem, and promotes self-expression. Students who receive art education scholastically outperform those who don't, even in math and science. Unfortunately, as we rely more on technology, the art programs for children around the world are declining. In the US alone, public schools suffered a $36 million cut in art programs last year. So a Bay Area organization has come forward to help. Having launched an art program for underprivileged children in India, they are now working with the mayor of Milpitas in California to address this need in our schools here in the Bay Area, one district at a time. The organization is Indus. It's a nonprofit. And our guests today are Honorable Jose Esteves, Mayor of the City of Milpitas, who serves on the advisory board of Indus, and Ray Mitra, a Silicon Valley professional, who, along with his wife, Pia, is the founder of the organization. Mayor Esteves and Ray, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Manjula, for having us on your beautiful show.
I'm so glad that both of you are here to tell us about the initiative that Indus has launched to help our public schools with art and music programs. And Ray, as I said, you are the founder along with your wife, Pia. Tell us, what is Indus about and what is its mission?
Okay. Indus is an organization that started off about 5 years ago. And it started off with a smaller mission, and it basically evolved from our passion to give back to the community and our love for the arts. So we started off with a smaller vision of promoting or raising awareness about local charity organizations. And that was the first year or so. And since then, it has evolved into or morphed into a bigger organization where the focus is to raise the awareness and promote the benefits of art. And our mission is basically to connect people and cultures of the world through arts.
Okay, so what kind of work have you done over the years since you started it?
Since we started, we have done several events, very, very art-related, music shows, dance events, and we had done those to raise awareness about local nonprofits like Shankarai Foundation, CRY, Bring Me a Book Foundation, which establishes library for children all over the world. The theme has been consistently arts, music, singing, dancing, and also the organizations were mostly focused on children. And it has since evolved into our new focus, which has been the last couple years, into our own grassroots initiative, which is providing art education for children.
Okay, yeah, before we come to that, Mayor Esteves, how long have you been involved with the organization and what attracted you to Indus?
Well, it's a little more than a year now.
Okay.
And really, I'm very much impressed with Indus because it's talking about art, cultures, people, and bringing art to cities, communities, and the school. And of course, I would want Milpitas to be one of the first in benefiting from the activities of Indus. And that's why I said I want to volunteer because I'm an art supporter also. In Milpitas, I support arts.
Okay, great. And Ray, tell us about the initiative that you just referred to.
Okay,
the project that you have just started.
Yes, so the initiative that we have recently launched is called the Project Tulika. And Tulika basically means a brush in the Indian Sanskrit language. So with that, what we have started off with, again, as in the advisory board, the mayor had guided us how to focus our attention, even though we say global, bringing cultures together globally, but there is lots to do. And this is our part-time passion. How much time do we have? So we need to focus. So he and Anu Natarajan, who is also in the advisory board, who is a councilwoman of Fremont, they said you need to focus on certain areas. So we decided to focus on the U.S. and India, given the fact that we were born and raised in India, and now we are settled to live here. Our children are going to school here. So we are focusing on these two countries, India and U.S., to do something for the children, basically bringing art to areas that don't have it, or to children that don't have the ability or the means to avail of that. because as you were aware, the benefits of art is immense, right? And it has been taking a backseat for the last so many years.
So you have already launched Tulika Project?
Yes, we have launched Tulika Project. The Tulika Project is a school, art school. It's a Saturday school for 40 children in a very, very remote part of India, place called Assam, and that almost borders China. It's really hard to get anything out there because it's so remote. So it's a school for 40 children, and they learn music, singing, dancing. There is a principal of the local school. We have worked with the local school to establish a curriculum, and we also provide these children some healthy snacks.
Okay.
So it is doing really well, extremely well.
What kind of an impact is it having on the children over there? What kind of progress have you made?
The progress has been tremendous, but I have to definitely give you the example of this one little girl, 8-year-old Sonali Barua, who had a passion for dance. She wanted to be the world's greatest dancer. And her parents come from a not so well-to-do family. They don't have so much money, but they were able to send her to a school, regular school, but she was not interested in studies at all, and her parents were not happy at all.
I see.
So when this Tulika project started, we put her there, and she started learning dancing and the arts, and in a matter of, I think, 1 month, her parents reported that they are seeing a very positive change in her studies.
Just within a month?
A month or so. We were like shocked. And like, wow, that's great. I mean, basically what we learned that because her passion towards dance and the arts that she wanted was not fueled before. Now with the Tulika, we are able to do that. So she's able to focus better on her studies, and it got improvements in her studies. And this is true to what the research states, that by focusing in the art, music, the areas that you're passionate about, you can focus more in your regular studies and basic skills.
Amazing.
What a wonderful example.
Right,
huh?
right.
We're very happy about that.
And you plan to replicate that in different cities?
Yes, our goal is that once we can sustain that for about 3 years, we're hoping that it can self-sustain. After that, we want to reach out to other area, and there are other programs in the pipeline that we are planning.
Okay. And you mentioned that you are doing something in Bangalore also. You want to come to
Yes.
that later on? Or?
Sure, we can talk about that later.
Okay. So tell us, what are you planning to do here in the city of Milpitas for the schools or for the city to promote art?
So I guess because our children go here, and we have seen the decline of art education given budget cuts, may not be in Milpitas, but there are different school districts that have been impacted. So our thinking was, now that we have started something like that in India, perhaps we can do something similar, may not be in the same lines, but maybe we were thinking of Art of Giving program, where the whole goal is to inculcate the spirit of giving in children. So what we were thinking of is have the kids, because when I went to my daughter's school and talked to the teacher, like I asked them, what do you do with this art that the kids are doing? They said at the end of the year, we just throw them. I'm like, wow, it would be, if we could have these kids collect this art and send it out to the children in the schools that we have started in India, that would be such a wonderful connection. And these children here would feel so connected that my art has value. And it also inculcates that spirit of giving, right?
Okay, so that's one thing, that they'll be donating their art.
Yes.
But will you be teaching them art also in
So
schools?
our thinking, we are still in the very initial planning phases working with the mayor. And our plan is either to teach, but depending upon where the need is, we can get volunteers or artists. We have a lot of artists in our organization who are more than happy to volunteer this time. But our other goal was, yes, teach, but start some art camps where we teach the art forms of different cultures and regions, right? Because art of China, art of India, it varies. So I think it can be a very good education if we can do some camps like that where kids can learn about arts and cultures of different countries.
So will it be an after-school program or part of the school
that
curriculum?
That is yet to be figured out, because it could be either an after-school, but I do hear that some parents may not want that after school because it requires kids to stay.
Right.
Or do we do it on a weekend as a camp once in 3 months? That is something I think we may have to work more closely with the PTA and understand what works for them. And we are hoping that we can achieve that, and we are hoping that if viewers are listening, if they're into this area and passionate about it, they can come and help us in this mission.
I'm sure they will. Right, right. And what else do you plan to do to promote art?
The other thing we do is annually we do a art event usually. So we recently did our art event called Kriya or Action, and what we do in that is focus on art forms of all countries. So the recent Kriya event, which was at the Santa Clara Convention Center, we had musicians from all over the world. It was a world fusion because...
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, and art has a universal language, right? It has no barrier, and our whole mission, connecting people, cultures through art, is about that. There is no barrier there. So we had musicians from the US, from India, from other countries, dancers with different forms of dancing. They blended it so well. It was such a beautiful presentation and show. People really appreciated, enjoyed, and the people that came there were from all diverse communities. They enjoyed it. It was all visual and listening. There was no one specific community's music. It was, so that's the awareness we are building about art and the connection there.
I see.
Yeah. And that would be very perfect for Milpitas because, you know, Milpitas is very diversified population and those kinds of activities are just right. That's why I'm very eager to connect them with our very active arts commission and our public arts committee so that more or less you may be able to do some contribution and give some ideas on what more can we do in the city of Milpitas. We are very active now. We means the city in promoting arts in Milpitas.
I know the art commission in Milpitas is very active. Some very nice people involved over there, and they have great events. So where do things stand with Indus in the city of Milpitas?
Right now, as I said, we're planning to arrange a meeting with them. As much as possible, we want to aim to get a grant also because grant means like endorsement from the city. But at least it's more of working with the Arts Commission and the Public Arts Committee and the Parks and Recreation Services Division of the city because they also sponsor arts program, Arts Day, and many arts activities. That's on the city of Milpitas. But talking about kids, we cannot avoid but work also with the school district. So I want to connect them with the school district, with the teachers, with the board, and see what more can you contribute to really promote arts. And as you know, when we have a tight budget, in most cases, you know, the area that's almost like tightened the most is the art area. And we want to make sure that it's not sacrificed to the contribution of Indus. So we have a big plan, and I look forward to really be complement in the arts area in both the city of Milpitas and in the school district.
Okay. And Ray, how do you raise funds, like for this project or other projects, Tulika Project that you mentioned in India?
Yeah, so it is typically through fundraising events. So we had been doing at least 2-3 fundraising events a year, which is lot of hard work. I mean, it's all volunteer driven and everybody gives their time. So yes, we have done several events in the past years, and it's pretty much through those events and some sponsorships that we get, as well as we have gotten like the donation matching from the company that I work at, Intuit. So whenever I donate or somebody else donates, they can always match
tell us about
up.
that. That's
so
a very good
Intuit,
idea.
I work in a company, Intuit, very supportive of all these activities in charity organizations. They have their own We Care and Give Back program, and they are actually looking at partnering with Indus to do something similar to the Tulika Project in India, in Bangalore, you had touched upon earlier. So our goal is we have an office in India, in Bangalore. Our goal is to use the folks in the Bangalore office and work with the folks here in Mountain View office and establish some kind of a similar program like Tulika near Bangalore, where we can have the people within Bangalore and India office interact, so which is one of the mission, to have better connection between the employees of these two different offices, even though there is a country divide, but still we can connect them much better, but at the same time doing a good cause there.
So good, you have a lot of support from your...
Yes, I am very happy. Yes, I've been working at Intuit for 6 years. Had it not been for their support, I think it would have been very hard. We have a lot of volunteers from Intuit as well.
I see.
Yeah, a lot of volunteers. So it
and
works
what other
really well.
incentive do they give you? Any time?
Oh, yes, I get time off. Yes, I don't know if other Bay Area companies give, but we do get about, I think, 4 days of volunteer time per year. And they have so many other volunteer projects. And if you have an idea you want to do, if you're an employee and want to drive some volunteer project, they always encourage you. Very, very nice. I'm very extremely pleased. That's why I'm still there for 6 years. I'm loving it. And other than that, I think the grants I was mentioning, recently we got some grants from Google as well.
I see.
In terms of their AdSense, AdWords, publicity.
That would help a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Google recognized Indus and awarded Indus that grant program. So we are very, very fortunate about that as well.
And what other resources do you have? Tell us about your team. How many people are helping you?
So we have a constant team of maybe 7, 8 volunteers or people who are in the executive board, but we have larger teams during events that we do, and volunteers come in, spend their time, and then move on, or if they're interested, they come in the next year. So I think as we are growing, as our projects are growing, there is definitely a need for more volunteers, more dedicated, who can give more time and be more connected and help us take this organization to the level that we have a vision for.
I see. And how many of these volunteers are from Intuit?
We have about, 7, 8, 9. We have photographer, we have videographer. They're all pretty much their job there now.
I see.
So we have a lot of volunteers. I would say about 10 volunteers from Intuit. And if I need more, many volunteers are willing to come forward whenever it's just for a specific job, for a specific event, and they have a defined role. They can give that time much easily rather than if I need more dedicated volunteers where I need commitment for at least a year.
I see.
So those are a little harder to get because you have to really be able to give your time, especially people doing work with their children. It is it's a lot of hard work, and you have to be really, really committed to be able to do that.
And I had that opportunity of meeting many of the team members. I'm very impressed because they're very enthused. Besides being artistically oriented people, enthused about bringing arts to diverse community. So I'm impressed. I look forward to a big success of Indus in the areas that they're going to serve, and look forward to their services also in Milpitas, of course.
Now, Jose, he was talking about Intuit. In Milpitas, which companies encourage and support this spirit of giving?
Okay. We have a number. We are fortunate because we have a number of companies that are community-oriented companies. In fact, I don't want to mention names. In fact, in one of the events of our Chamber of Commerce, we have award for like a corporate Citizen of the Year, just to show that we have a number of really great corporations, and it's a great advantage for a city to have companies like them.
Okay.
So,
and does the city of Milpitas also have an incentive program for volunteers? Like, if some students wanted to teach art through Indus, will they get school credit, college credit?
We have what we call Milpitas volunteer partners, and we do all various things. And yes, I know that they certify on service hours that are as good as credits in the school, and these are required now in various fields in the different classes of the schools.
Indus as a non-profit, we also provide that hours, the school credit hours. So we had a lot of volunteers who had given their time from school children in various events, and yes, we can give them credit hours. So if there are students out there, parents out there who you want your children to come and give some time, it's a good opportunity, good cause, and get some school credits as well.
Yeah, sounds like a wonderful plan. So tell us, what is your vision for this? Let's say you get started in Milpitas. Where do you go from there?
I think if we are able to do here and able to be successful, we want to reach out to other school districts or other cities. I live in Castro Valley. I'm sure between Milpitas and Castro Valley there are a lot of schools here. And also we are working with Anu Natarajan, the Councilwoman of Fremont. There's an opportunity to do something there as well. And I think we can do quite a lot.
Okay.
Yes, we can do quite a lot.
So how can people help you? What kind of help do you need?
I think they should, I'm hoping that after listening to us and the mayor, they were a little encouraged and they will take some time to reach out to our website, www.induz.org, induz.org, and learn about Indus, and sign up possibly for some volunteering or send me an email so that we can reach out to them and see how they can involve and help the community.
Can you specify some areas where you need help right now?
Definitely. One area I would right now need help is in grant writing.
Okay, grant writing is
yeah,
one.
and somebody doesn't need to be an expert grant writer, but I think we need somebody's time, commitment, so that we have had volunteers in the past or students in the past who have written some grant, but we need to do some research, which companies are giving grants in this art area and submitting those. It's very time-consuming to submit a grant, follow up constantly, and it's been a little challenging. So if we can get help in that area, in video editing.
Okay, video
if
editing.
We have a lot of footage from various events. If we can get somebody to come and help out, edit some of these on website maintenance.
Okay.
Yes, there have been volunteers who helped with all that, but they have moved on in their, or other tasks. So there's constantly a need.
Okay, that's good to know. So,
and I'm very excited that you have given us this opportunity to come
my
here
pleasure.
and talk about Indus.
You're doing a great job, and we'll certainly want to help you.
And how the community can learn a little bit about what we are doing. And I'm sure they have a lot of questions out there, and they can directly reach out to us through our website, through the email.
Okay.
We'll be glad to reach out to them, or they can reach out to you.
Sure. And Mayor Esteves, what is your message for our viewers?
Well, first I want to thank you for giving this
You're
opportunity
welcome.
as well, because it's nice to bring awareness of art among people. And so I want to again encourage residents, the public and citizens to look into the arts area in all of their activities, because I believe in the arts. I believe that it strengthens the quality of life that they have, the relationship that they have with other people, especially with other cultures. And in fact, art could even strengthen our economic condition and bringing more positive atmosphere in a place like Milpitas. So hopefully the people will be more conscious about the value of arts in our life.
Well, on that note, I thank you both for coming by and telling us about the wonderful work that Indus is doing. It's a great model of tapping your passion and resources to make a difference. And as you pointed out, it's also going to inculcate a spirit of giving amongst the children.
Yes.
By having them donate their art.
Yes.
And I'm sure it will be of interest to many parents out there who may want to help you, or better yet, it may inspire people to follow their passion and do something similar to serve a cause in our community.
I'm sure,
So I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much,
And I'm
Manjula.
sure with the mayor by your side, you'll certainly be
Thank
successful.
you. We'll work hard.
Right. And Mayor Esteves, I know you are close to the end of your third term, and you can only run 3 terms.
Yes.
But I'm sure you'll find some other ways of serving the community. You have always served the community of Milpitas here and beyond Milpitas.
Yes, and this is one area that I want to continue to serve and reach out to people, bringing arts to them.
Good, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before we leave, we'll show you a few clips from Kriya, a fundraiser concert that Indus organized recently.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kriya, an evening of world music and dance. Taking thoughts to action through words, including inspiration, articulation, and collaboration.
A beautiful blend of music and dance by highly accomplished artists. The concert was arranged by Indus. Our guests today were Honorable Mayor Esteves, an advisory board member of the Indus organization, and Ray Mitra, the founder. This young organization has helped raise funds through art and music for several organizations like CRY, which stands for Child Relief in You, and Bring a Book Foundation. But now they are partnering with local schools in the Bay Area and across the globe in India to start much-needed art and music programs. For more information, you may look them up at Indus.org, that is Indus with a Z, and you may watch this show at our website, jivewithmanjula.org. And that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll be back with another inspiring story about giving and people making a difference. For Chai with Manjula, I'm Manjula Gupta. See you next time.